Did you know that Panini released 10 new international sets last week? They released 6 basketball, 2 football, 2 soccer, and today we're going to take a look at my favorite of the bunch. Of course, I'm talking about last year's best kept secret. This is 2023-2024 Obsidian Basketball International. Let's get on into it. Hey, what's going on YouTube? RGL coming at you with a brand new video, and today we're taking a look at our favorite basketball product from last year, the best kept secret until it wasn't.
This is the pinnacle. It doesn't get any better than this.
And today we have 5 boxes of 2023-2024 Obsidian International Basketball. Now, you might remember these used to be called Tmall, which is like the Asian Amazon, if you will. Panini had an exclusive with them. And these have now been rebranded. All of the international products have been rebranded as international products. So in addition to Obsidian last week, we also had Crown Royale release. And yes, these now have kabooms. We had Prism International release with the gold waves and the red waves. We had Elite International release, and I believe these have the Hyper Blues maybe. You get 1 autograph per now in those. And then we also had the Donruss release with the Hyper Blue parallels as well. We might check those out in the future, but this video is all about Obsidian. Over on the football side, we had Obsidian International Football release as well as Prism International. That one is a gross sweat. And then in soccer, we had EPL International and then also Donruss International release. So a whole gamut of products all at once under the new Panini International flagship. If you're new here, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. As always, I do appreciate a like on my content. Last year, these boxes started off at $70 a box, 20 box case, and it was literally a cheat code. You could not lose money ripping the product.
You can make money off the product.
At pretty much under $100. This one kept steadily rising. This was one of the best ROI products of all last year. RPAs flew out of these things. Low numbered color flew out of these things. Beautiful golds flew out of these things. They've made some changes, and I don't quite know how to feel about it yet. They have changed some of the parallels around. Some of the parallels we saw, like the golds, used to be in these, or they were yellows, but they look gold. Those are now in straight up Obsidian Hobby, and they have changed some of the parallels around. We now have the, show you the parallels really quick. We're going to rip 5 of these today, but now we have the Reggae. That's what we called it last year. That is numbered to 75. We also have the Green Flood coming back, and then we have the Molten Mojo. That is now to 10, and then the Ashen Flood 1 of 1. So yes, they have added 1 of 1s. Also, Black Color Blasts are in, as well as RPAs. So this product has really taken a step up, in my opinion, this year. But on the flip side, the secret is out. It is no longer the best kept secret, and these are no longer $70. These are now closer to $160 per box. Obsidian Hobby right now is currently around $375, so you can still rip a couple of these, pretty much 2.5 of these, or 1 Hobby. Hobby does guarantee the 2 autos per, but this was our favorite product last year, and I thought the only way that we could kick it off was to rip 5 of them today in today's video to get a pretty good sample size of what we can expect. I personally think that the changes are going to be a positive. I do think that this is going to be one of the best basketball products and one of the best internationals of all the internationals released last week. Prism is going to be fun too. We might do that one on the channel. But yes, this one we ripped, I think when it was all said and done, we ended up ripping about 3 to 4% of the entire print run. That is right. Somewhere in the neighborhood of 350 to 400 boxes is what we ripped, which is pretty much around 20 cases of this last year that we ripped. Started off at $70 a box, got all the way up to, I think it settled at like $150 before it's no longer to be found anywhere on the market. And yeah, we are going to get 6 cards today. Show you what we're expecting. We are expecting 3 numbered cards, 3 base cards, or 3 base cards, 1 insert, and 2 numbered cards. And then yeah, 2 floods, an insert, 3 base cards. And then we are looking for the Black Color Blast, which is the big case hit from Hobby. So they have added some firepower to these. So let's go ahead and see what our first one looks like, and as expected, the card's looking very similar. There's going to be Marcus Sasser to kick us off. We also have Kelly Oubre Jr. and Cade Cunningham. Ooh, that looks good. For the PC, I think that's going to be a green or a Reggae Orbital of Zion Williamson, and that's going to be numbered up to 60. We also have a Reggae of Chris Murray. We're calling them these this year. Or last year we're calling them, I think we were just calling them reggaes last year, and now they just officially adopted it. Or we're calling them mangoes actually last year because they were not as green. We were calling them mangoes. And then Ant-Man green. That is going to be 5 of 25. And I would say that was probably a pretty average box. And we're still going to get a beautiful green flood of Ant. We're going to get a PC hit right here in a Zion Williamson orbital. And then a Chris Murray to 75. That is our first of 5 boxes. I've been excited. We've been waiting for this one to come out. It is here. We will be ripping a lot of it in our group breaks. And yeah, we're going to be... I see a redemption. So we have our first auto. We're going to be ripping a ton of this stuff. Jason Tatum, Dirk Nowitzki, and Jalen Slauson. There's a redemption. We know it's not Wemby. We're looking for Wemby. That's going to be Oliver Maxence Prosper. And then our red. Reds are beautiful. Jaden Ivey. I don't believe the reds are going to be numbered. Reds were not numbered last year either. Man, the floods are so much better looking than the etches. There's something about Obsidian where all we saw were, you know, black cards with blue etching and orange etching for many years. And then when they made a flood, we were like, oh my god, these cards are sexy. We'll just quick flip the redemption. That's going to be Andre Jackson Jr. on the green flood rookie jersey ink. So that is that's the horizontal RPA, but it is Andre Jackson. And if you've ever been in one of my group breaks, you know that the buck stop here. How fitting, right? How fitting. We'll keep it on rolling, looking for that Wemby Color Blast. That's probably going to be one of your best hits of the product, or the Wemby 1 of 1, of course, which was it the Ashen or Molten? I can't remember. Can't remember the 1 of 1 name. It is the Ashen Flood 1 of 1. There's Noah Clowney, Derrick Rose. This is a case hit missed. This might be a missed case hit. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. So these are short printed. The only problem is that they are highly disrespected in the hobby. The missed case hit gets no love. Man, that looks good this year. Looks pretty good. Kevin Durant also gets no love. That is KD on the reggae to 75. And a red on the back of Andrew Wiggins. So, give and take, right? We get the black color blast chase. We get 1-of-1s. But we are seeing more cards to 75. And we are seeing more unnumbered reds than I expected to see. So, last year we didn't see too many of the reds. They fell like one in every other box. This year we've seen a couple of them. Missed case hit SGA, but he gets no love in the hobby as it is. I don't think Shea gets enough love or appreciation. And then the missed case hit also doesn't get the love or appreciation. We have 2 packs left today. Let's see what we can find. I am very, very excited to rip into this one. We haven't seen any golds yet. Nothing crazy. Maybe these last 2 little last pack magic for us maybe. There's the Wrong Spur, CD Sissoko, Evan Mobley. Equinox insert to 75, I want to say. That's Paul George. Paul George to 60 on the insert. Jalen Johnson on the reggae, and we do have a green sweat on the back. Green sweat, another Spur. Tony Parker, number down to 25. And we're down to 1 pack left. $160 a box, little $800 rip. Comparatively to other things that you can rip in the market, that's a little less than the cost of 2 Obsidian Hobby. And that's about the cost to rip, like, let's say, an Optic Fast Break and a Prism Fast Break. Prism Hobby is like $1,400 at this point. There's really not too much from this year in the $800 price range. Maybe, yeah, like Prism Choice is like $600. There's really nothing in the $800 price range that is comparative. This is going to be our last pack of the day. We're looking for Wemby here. I think we do have an RPA in here. Jalen Suggs, Kyrie Irving. We'll save this RPA for last. The Diesel on the reggae to 75. And Anthony Simons on the Team Color Red Flood. I don't know if it's coming through on the camera, and I hope it is because this camera is plenty expensive. I can't state how beautiful the cards look in hand. Even last year, I think they're just a little bit more of a pop this year. Maybe it's the design, the little etching in the background. Diesel was numbered up to 75. Final card of the day, we're going to need to see like Derek Lively here or something. We're going to need to see something sick. Wow, that's beautiful. What is that, number 2? That's got to be to 10, right? I really hope he has a good season. That is a Tumani Kamara 7 of 10. I'm going to assume that is the Molten. Let's assume that's the Molten Lava to 10. Wow, that's a beautiful card. That is a beautiful card with a pretty nice patch. Now, we know that with the rookies, they're not from any specific game or event. But that's a sick patch. That is also the true RPA design from this part of the base set. 7 of 10 to Monty Kamara. Overall, though, 5 boxes in, and no Wemby, no Brandon Miller, none of the top rookies. But hey, if we're gonna get dusted, and we didn't really get dusted because we did get 2 autos in 5 boxes. We got a Zion for the PC. We got an Ant-Man, which is probably, if the Monty Kamara is not the most expensive card, then the Ant is definitely the most second. And these are cards that I would absolutely send off to PSA. Obsidian, in my opinion, has been notoriously easy to grade. You know how sets are notoriously tough. Obsidian is actually pretty easy to get a gem on. I've done very well grading Obsidian cards. Orbital Zion for the PC. Redemption of Andre Jackson. We had Shaq, Simons, Paul George, Johnson, Tony Parker, Shea on the Mist, KD, Wiggins, Maxence Prosper, Jaden Ivey, and Chris Murray. I would say that was probably not the best 5-box run out when we rip 5 boxes at a time in our group breaks. I'm gonna assume on average every 3 boxes or so we're gonna see a one-touch like over $100. We one-touch up every card that we pull over 100 for our breakers. This was a product that couldn't miss last year. They have made some changes. I think they're overall a net positive. The only downside is that the secret is out. This is not a $70 per box product anymore. This is now $150 a box. And with a 101 chase with a Victor Wembanyama 101 and a 101 insert out there, and obviously black color blasts, there are going to be several cards pulled from this product that are going to be in the 5-figure range, and those black color blasts are still many thousands of dollars. We were thankful enough to pull one in our breaks when Obsidian Hobby came out. I like this product. I wish the secret was still out there. I wish we were still ripping cases of last year at 75, 80 bucks. It was just so much fun to rip a product that was basically a cheat code, because you just don't see those very much in the hobby these days. That is my time for today. Are you interested? Are you excited for any of these international releases? The Obsidian, the Donruss, the Elite, the Prism, or the Crown. Over on the football side, we have the Prism Tmall with the red and yellows, as well as the, I think they're just reds to 9. And then we also have the Obsidian as well, Obsidian International. In soccer, we have EPL Select, and then also Donruss International. Let me know which one interests you guys the most. That'll be probably the next international video we do. Maybe I'll just come back and rip all 4 of these. We also had Optic International release. I don't have any of that one in hand yet. That one is harder to get, so I haven't seen that one come through yet. But we'll definitely review that one in due time as well. That is my time for today. Take care, stay safe, and we'll catch you next time on Down the Road.